We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is TJ Logan to return it. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
On first down, it's Rosen. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They've got it first and goal at the 7. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
Throwing now is Carr. He's going to wind up and air it out. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Throwing his Carr on third down. And complete right side to Cook. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Coney Ely in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Watch you now, Barney, Barney. Detroit, Detroit.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep for the Raiders, Jalen Richard. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
618. Low, low, low. 694.
In his own end zone, it's Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. To throw from his end zone. Carr. Bryant has it. And they'll get him down up past the 15. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr going long here for Wallace. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Watch you now, Barney, Barney. Nice 57's Mike.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Open man is Kirk, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
We got 4. No. Check. Patriot.
Rosen off the play action. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fade.
Gun! Wild Bill.
Third and long here for Rosen. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play on third down for the Cardinals. 42 yards.
Well, they just treated third and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the first down and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around them.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 25-yard line.
Watch him now, Barney.
Now Rosen. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now it's Rosen. Flushed out right. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Gets past one man. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And Cook has it left side. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Gibson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. First down, the run with Lynch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
White Monday. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Low, low, low.
Into the red zone. It's Carr. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chandler Jones in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. To throw, it's Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
7:34. Check me out. You got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
To throw on 3rd down. Carr. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at the 20. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And it's now 21-0. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. Buying time to his left. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
No. Check. Patriot. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun.
Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. Looking left side. That's caught by Macklin. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Hey. Go down.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from the desert after this.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs. If you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you're talking about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
So out come the Raiders. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
Take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
43's the mic. Yeah.
The pitch out to Lynch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Raider 2. Shit.
They run again on 1st down, Lynch. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
43's
On 2nd down, Lynch. There he goes inside the 30. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Marshawn Lynch with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Thomas has got it, complete. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Check the backer, check the backer. Leopard! Leopard! Mike 57. Gun! 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 Here I come! Here I come! Here I come! Here I come!
50. Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This quarterback now, only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Black 99 Philly, here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Rosen on 1st down. Lets it go for Nelson. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Cardinals. The rookie Josh Rosen with 3 touchdown passes. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
This is taken at his 4. So all right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. This is taken at his 4, and he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is
do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 2nd down, here's Carr. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2.
4 down, 4 down, check, 4 down, 4 down.
Throwing now is Carr. He sets to fire deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Buda Baker with a pick. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Switch. Over.
They go play action here on 1st down. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. He's got it at the 15. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 52 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
On 2nd down, Johnson able to spin and hit. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. Now Myers for the extra point. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Robert Kimdichie in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
We're good. 29. 29. 694. 43 is the mic.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Into the facility carrying the fewest items possible.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
We got 4. We got 4.
They begin the drive with Johnson, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They go to Johnson again. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Detroit! Detroit! You don't want no problem.
On 3rd down, Rosen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct. And what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech.
And now here is another interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. So if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who have gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Rosen on 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, boys, we got four. No. Check. Patriot. Joker. Gun. Mike. Leopard. Get your swerve on. Detroit. 99. Check 99. Gun.
And now it's Rosen looking into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Right now. Flare. Right now.
Carr gives to Marshawn. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
4 down. Alert. Shift.
On 3rd down, they go Lynch. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. The kick by Carlson is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus.
And the Raiders have got him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. To throw is Rosen. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Stevenson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Watch it now, Barney.
Rosen will throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe
that. Super toe.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
808. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Go, Chief. 43 is the mic.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
You don't want none.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Now Rosen looking to throw. Dancing to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
39.
On 3rd and 1, Rosen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jonathan Hankins coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And Myers able to knock it through, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
Watch tight.
93.
Tight end right. Tight end right. 3 down. 3 down.
White Monday down.
87's getting the ball. 87's getting the ball.
To throw on second down. Carr, he'll dump it off complete to Lynch. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Two tights. 4 down. 4 down.
On the give, this is Lynch. And now running right through it. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of...
And now here is another interception. Buda Baker with a pick, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cards, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Oakland, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.